Canada is on fire, and you could be forgiven for not knowing because it has received very little coverage on most of our news stations. Let's take a scroll through CBC today and see what they're talking about. Our top story is the surprising fact that our health system is falling apart and most likely corrupt. Second up would be that Carney is increasing our defense spending to the 2% NATO target that Trump has been demanding, followed by more defense stories. Third up is a very important story about a danger to society. That's right, a person who faked pregnancies and has gone to jail for fraud. Very important story. Danger to society. And sports. Don't forget it's the Stanley Cup. Yay, sports! More about defense. That would be ice breaking in the Antarctic. Very important update about what's going on in the States. Continuing our Boys Will Be Boys coverage of the men that allegedly, in my opinion, gang-ard that poor girl. And it's a Martha Stewart summer. Oh, it's a good thing. Did you know that you could get these little ice cube trays and then you could put a berry in there and then you'd have a berry on the inside of your ice cube, and oh my gosh, that would be so cute for your cocktails or your mocktails by the pool this summer? Police ineptitude, building our economy. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Oh my gosh, can you believe that this lawsuit, this so important historical lawsuit, was dismissed? Oh, I'm so glad that the Canadian Broadcast Corporation is reporting on that piece of history. Oh, and there we are, finally, Manitoba wildfires. The fire is 7 times the size of the city of Winnipeg, and at least 21,000 people have been evacuated. So why isn't this top news? It's not just Manitoba that's on fire. Saskatchewan, Ontario, you saw that map. Why aren't we having 24-hour coverage on the fire? Why aren't we talking about the evacuees, where they are, how they're going to rebuild, what kind of financial assistance is going to be available for them? How many stories do we have to have about entertainment, entertaining, and our economy before we start talking about the people who are burning to death in sea cans? And thank God that all those guys were okay, but they called for help how many times? And nobody came. And I think part of it is definitely racism. First Nations and Indigenous communities are disproportionately affected by these fires, therefore it's easy for the mainstream news to ignore them. But I think there's some additional pieces as well that we should consider. No way. No way. No. I mean, I, for one, do not believe that the government would ever diminish or underreport the environmental consequences of their decisions, right? I mean, they're certainly not going to be making decisions that would make climate change worse. Maybe like, I don't know, fast-tracking projects without the appropriate environmental oversight, perhaps pushing through pipelines, rare earth mines, and other mineral extraction and resource extraction so that we can, explore the full potential of our GDP and productivity. They would never want to distract us from the fact that our country is burning down as they're telling us that they're going to build more conventional fossil fuel extraction and movement, more transportation of it. No, that's a conspiracy theory, right? If you can, please donate to the Red Cross. Keep talking about these fires. Have a great day.